Alice began to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and having nothing to do.
What are you reading?
Oh, I'm reading a book about a tyrant queen and a luscious garden.
That's all it's about?
Well, the queen is evil, and an unknowing little girl must rise up to save the people of the kingdom.
It doesn't have any pictures.
Well, not every book will have pictures, Alice.
Well, what are you supposed to look at when you're reading the book, then?
You look at the words, Alice. It's called reading.
But how do you know what things look like when you're reading if there are no pictures?
Well, you imagine them in your head, Alice.
But if there isn't a picture, how can I imagine something I haven't seen?
How do you dream, Alice? Most of what happens in a dream has never happened to you before, and yet you can dream it up.
What is the use of a book without pictures and conversations?
One day, you'll see the use. Now, Alice, I'm trying to read.
Frustrated, Alice's sister Edith decided to tune out the younger sister and continue reading her delightful adventure. Alice considered in her own mind whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain would be worth the trouble of getting up, picking daisies, and weaving them into the chain. And then, suddenly, a white rabbit with pink eyes and a waistcoat ran close to Alice.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh, I shall be too late! Oh dear!
How strange and yet perplexing. Why, I believe I've never seen a waistcoat nor a watch to take outfit before.
Alice took to her feet and made after the rabbit with burning curiosity. She was much slower than the rabbit, but arrived just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under a bench. In another moment, Alice popped down after it. The rabbit hole went straight on like a tunnel for some way, and then dipped suddenly down. So suddenly that Alice had not a moment to think about stopping herself before she found herself falling down what seemed to be a very deep well.
Either the well is deep, or I'm falling very slowly.
She thought as she continued to fall and fall and fall.
I don't like falling. It takes too long to get to the bottom. I wish I'd been there already. And it's awfully dark. Too dark to see anything.
She looked even harder, and suddenly she could see.
Cupboards and bookshelves, here and there maps and pictures hung on the walls. What's this? A jar? Orange marmalade. Oh, how disappointing. It's empty.
And still she fell. Her hands outstretched and grabbing random books and jars. She started taking peeks at each book. Finding no pictures, she placed them on the next bookshelf she fell past.
Down, down, down. Will this fall never come to an end? There's nothing else to do. Oh, I'm sure my cat Dinah will miss me very much tonight. I hope Edith will remember a saucer of milk at tea time. Oh, Dinah, my dear, I wish you were down here with me.
Alice's head began to slump. She had been falling for so long and been so awfully tired already. Perhaps now would be a good time to sleep. She had just very thoughtless when thump! Alice landed on a large pile of leaves and sticks.
I'm not even hurt a little bit. And look at that above me. The hole I fell down, so dreadfully dark.
Oh, so late! So late! But which way to go?
What's this? A hallway, and down it, the white rabbit. Oh, white rabbit, white rabbit. Whatever are you doing? I'm curious.
Away went Alice like the wind down the hallway.
Oh, my ears and whiskers! She'll be very mad indeed. Oh, I will ruin everything.
Who is she, White Rabbit?
The Queen of Wonderland, of course. Wouldn't you know? You're one of her subjects.
I am. I didn't think I was a subject to anyone, besides perhaps the Queen of England.
England?
You don't know what England is?
No! There's no time to learn what England is. Please, do you know where to go?
Where to go? I'm afraid I don't. Where are you trying to go?
To the royal court. The Queen has summoned me while I was out exploring, and now go through. I'm to deliver an invitation to the Duchess on my way back.
Alice found herself in a long, low hall. It was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof. There were doors all round the hall, but Alice hadn't a clue where to go through. So Alice took to try room.
Locked. 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 All these doors are locked. What's the use of a door if it's always locked?
Oh no! I'm so terrified of what she'll do to me!
The Queen?
Yes! She has a knack for mounting heads on her wall. My cousin's head is on her wall because he was too late!
Oh dear. Well, are those red curtains? I wonder what's behind them. Oh my, a table with a golden key. Maybe it'll unlock some of these doors.
Hurry!
Locked. 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 All still locked. What's the use of a key if it doesn't unlock a door?
Look!
What?
Give me the key! Give me the key! Yes! Yes, this perfectly rabbit-sized hole is where I need to go.
Wait, Rabbit! Wait for me!
No time!
White Rabbit disappeared through the small door. Alice chased after him to the edge of the doorway.
I'm too big to fit through the White Rabbit's doorway. Oh, whatever am I to do? I feel I'll be trapped in this room of locked doors forever.
Alice looked through the small doorway and saw the loveliest garden she'd ever seen. How she longed to get out of that dark hall and wander about those beds of bright flowers and cool fountains. Alice went back to the table, half hoping she might find another key on it, or, at any rate, a book of rules for getting people through doorways. This time, she found a little bottle on it.
This certainly was not here before.
Tied round the neck of the bottle was a paper label with the words, "Drink me," beautifully printed on it in large letters.
The smell! I just want to drink it all. But any random thing I drink could be poison, so I must be careful. I don't see anything on the bottle marked poison, so that must mean it's okay to drink. It's a mixed flavor of cherry, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hints of buttered toast. What strange flavors, but delightfully delectable when all together. Oh, my stomach! Oh, what a curious feeling!
A strange feeling filled Alice's stomach. It didn't make her queasy, nor did it satiate her. Instead, it felt like whatever she drank was getting bigger in her stomach. No, not the liquid bigger, but the girl smaller. Alice began to shrink until she was only 10 inches high.
I'm the right size for the door,
said Alice as she swiftly ran to the door, not thinking of the horror that is shrinking to 10 inches high. But as she reached the knob, she remembered she'd forgotten the key. Just as swiftly, she ran back to the table, but this time there was no bottle. Instead, there was a cake that had "Eat Me" labeled on it.
If the bottle made me smaller, then the cake must make me larger.
Hard to argue against that logic. After all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. Alice ate the cake and found herself growing larger and larger and larger until her head struck against the roof of the hall. But now she was too big, and she wouldn't be able to fit into the doorway. She couldn't even see the beautiful garden when she laid down on the ground and tried to look through the door. What was she to do?
Hopeless. It's all more hopeless than ever.
Alice shed gallons of tears, and there was a large pool all round her that reached half down the hall.
Why, hello, Alice.
Alice turned all round the hall, but at her height, she didn't see anything at eye level. So she bent down and looked about. Lounging atop the wooden table was a Cheshire-Cat, with a wide grin from ear to ear.
Curiouser.
Thought the gigantic girl as she examined the cat's creepy smile.
Why were you crying, Alice?
I feel so helpless. I wanted to go through the door after the white rabbit, but I'm stuck here shrinking and growing over and over again. I'm going to be stuck here forever.
I don't think so, Alice.
Why do you grin like that?
I'm a Cheshire-Cat. I always grin.
I didn't know Cheshire-Cats always grin. In fact, I didn't know cats could grin.
I suppose you don't know much then. And that's a fact.
That's rather rude.
My apologies, Alice. I didn't mean to sound rude. How are you liking Wonderland so far?
Wonderland? Is that where I am? Why, I don't like it very much. Everything here is so strange and different.
Indeed it is. Will you be stopping by the garden?
I don't know. I wanted to go through the doorway and see it because it looks so lovely, but I couldn't fit.
Everything you're looking for is in that garden, Alice.
Everything I'm looking for? I don't even know what it is I'm looking for, let alone everything I'm looking for.
Everything is with the Queen. I'm sure you'll find her soon enough.
The queen that lops off the heads of poor bunnies? She's in the garden?
Indeed.
Then I don't think I'd like to go there.
But you have to. Everything is there.
Well then, how do I get there?
You'll find a way.
He's gone. He simply vanished into nothing. And now here I am, alone again, with a quest to get to the garden for everything, and nothing and no one here with me. It's so helpless.
The water level continued to rise as Alice heaved with sorrow. What was she to do? Where was she to go to get to the garden? What is everything she was looking for? What was she to do? Whom was she to speak to about anything around here?
Dear, how strange everything is today. And yesterday things went on just as usual. Was I the same when I got up this morning? But if I'm not the same, the next question is, who in the world am I? Oh, that's the great puzzle. The ceiling is getting taller. No, I am getting smaller. I must be the right size for the door now.
As Alice shrank, she felt a cold, salty water rise past her ankles, then her knees, then her waist, and soon she was submerged in an ocean of her own tears.
Things are worse than ever, for I was never so small as this before. Never! Oh, bother, what am I going to do now?
Squeak, squeak!
A mouse! Oh, the poor thing must have slipped into the ocean. I should swim closer.
Closer she swam, and more the mouse seemed like it was struggling to get out of the salty ocean. Alice swam up and helped the mouse tread water.
Everything is so out of the way down here that I should think very likely this mouse can talk. Oh, mouse, do you know the way out of this pool? I'm very tired of swimming about here. Dare I say, this must be a French mouse with the way his whiskers curl. Who am I shop?
This is the first and only phrase Alice knew in French. She learned the sentence from a French lesson book, which quickly became a decoration on a bookshelf. Translates to, "Where is my cat?"
I beg your pardon. My apologies. I didn't realize you didn't like cats.
Not like cats. Would you like cats if you were me?
Well, perhaps not. Don't be angry about it. I wish I could show you my cat Dinah. I think you'd start to like cats if you could only see her. She's such a dear, quiet thing. Oh, I'm sorry I've offended you. We won't talk about her anymore. If you'd rather not.
We, indeed. As if I would talk on such a subject. Our family always hated cats. Nasty, low, vulgar things. Don't let me hear that name again.
I won't indeed. Are you fond of dogs? There is such a nice little dog near our house. I should like to show you. It kills all the rats and Oh dear, I'm afraid I've offended you again.
Not like dogs.
Filled with rage, the mouse quickly turned tail and swam away, leaving Alice calling after him.
Mouse dear, do come back, and we won't talk about cats or dogs either if you don't like them. I'm terribly sorry for offending you.
Upon hearing such a heartfelt apology, the mouse turned around and swam slowly, cautiously back to Alice. But as the mouse swam, it felt its feet touch something under the water.
Eek!
The mouse rose higher and higher upon a mountain of blubber. Breaching the surface of the ocean was a narwhal. Alice had never seen a narwhal before. She thought it was quite scary with how big it was.
Put me down! Put me down!
Hello there! My apologies, dear sir or madam. I didn't see you swimming above me.
The narwhal shrank down into the ocean again, and the mouse began treading water, hurriedly swimming back to Alice in terror. Once more, the narwhal broke the surface and began to circle Alice and the mouse like a shark.
Go away, you are terrifying!
I'm terribly sorry my appearance terrifies you, dear mouse. And I'm terribly sorry for scaring you and making you tremble.
You must be a narwhal, but judging by your large horn. I've always thought narwhals look scary. It's like having a sword on your head. You must be ready to fight at a moment's notice.
I am, dear sir or madam, but I try not to fight. I've found most others try not to fight, too. That is, unless they are a swordfish. A swordfish vents terribly often, whether you want to or not.
You're very polite.
Thank you, dear sir or madam. I try my best to be as kind and as generous as I can be. After all, I am quite large, and small creatures like that mouse may see me as big as a whole planet.
Go away! Go away!
My apologies, dear sir or madam. I shall be off now.
Wait, before you go, I'd like to ask a question and a favor, since you are so polite.
Of course, dear sir or madam.
My name is Alice, if you please. Why is it you refer to everyone as sir or madam?
Well, you see, my horn, as you referred to it earlier, though it is actually a tooth, if you please, blocks my sight when I am looking ahead, and so I must look from the side. But swimming in a circle around you makes it hard to tell what and who you are. So I remember my manners first, Alice.
I see. Well, Miss Polite Narwhal, would you mind taking me in my nap?
I'm shivering.
Oh, but of course, you must not have blubber to keep you warm.
What a strange party, thought the many birds that flew by as the narwhal carried Alice and the mouse to shore. A young bird, roughly the size of a thumbnail, and a mouse, roughly the size of a young girl the size of a thumbnail. When the two came ashore and waved goodbye to the narwhal, they were sopping wet and freezing cold from the salty ocean. All the birds that had seen them swim ashore realized they, too, were beginning to get cold from the water. So, they joined the mouse and Alice ashore. Everyone stood shivering in a circle, thinking about what to do about drying off and getting warm.
I'm cold. We should read books that make us feel warm, and then we'll dry up.
Said the dodo.
Oh, warm books! I've never read a book that made me feel warm, let alone was warm.
Said the beauty.
You can't read.
Oh, says the dodo. Look, I think we should all take great big palm leaves and run with them in a circle, then force from a running will create a tornado, and that will dry us off. Have you ever flown inside a tornado?
Asked the duck.
My feathers would fall right out. No, I think we should fly towards the sun.
But I can't fly, and neither can my mousy companion.
Then think about it, and you'll be just fine.
I can't just think about flying to be able to fly.
Stop it, all of you!
you have any good ideas?
Of course I know good ideas.
What, do you have any good ones about making us dry?
Of course I do.
Then what is your idea?
I'll tell you a story so dry that all the water will fall away in exhaustion.
That's a terrible idea, Kret! But you said you had good ideas.
Well, everything else about this place is strange enough. Perhaps a dry story could dry us off.
See, it is a good idea.
Go on then.
Silence all round, if you please. The story begins with William the Conqueror, who was favored by the Pope, who was soon submitted to by the English, who wanted leaders and had been of late much accustomed to usurpation and conquest. Edwin and Morcar, the heirs of Mercia and Northumbria, and even Stigand, the patriotic Archbishop of Canterbury, found it advisable.
Found what?
Found it. Of course you know what it means.
I know what it means well enough when I find the thing. It's generally a frog or a worm. The question is, what did the Archbishop find?
Found it advisable to go with Edgar Adlington to meet with William and offer him the crown. Alice, how are you getting along now, my dear?
As wet as ever. This doesn't seem to dry me at all.
In that case, I move that the meeting adjourn for the immediate adoption of more energetic remedies.
I took down the meaning of half those long words, and what's more, I don't believe you do either.
What I was going to say is that the best thing to get us dry would be a caucus race.
What is a caucus race?
Well, the best way to explain it is to do it. 1, 2, 3, and away! The race is over. But who has won?
Oh, but who's to get the prizes?
Why, she is, of course.
Prizes! 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 Prizes!
I haven't any prizes to give. The mouse has a story for us all to listen to before you so rudely interrupted with a caucus race. Please continue, Mr. Mouse.
Mine is a long and sad tale. Fury said to a mouse that he met in the house, "Let us both go to law. I will prosecute you. Come, I'll take no denial. We must have the trial. For really, this morning I have nothing to do." Said the mouse to the cat, "Such a trial, dear sir, with no judge or jury would be wasting our breath." "I'll be judge, I'll be jury," said the cunning old Fury. "I'll try the whole cause and condemn you to death." Is anyone actually listening? Alice, what are you thinking of?
I beg your pardon. You had gone to the fifth end, I think.
You insult me by talking such nonsense.
No, please come back and finish your story. I wish I had my cat Dinah here.
Cat?
Oh no! No! Run away! Run like a fly!
Oh, no story, no mouse, no duck, no dodo, no pigeon. I wish I hadn't mentioned Dinah. Nobody seems to like her down here, and I'm sure she's the best cat in the world.
Poor Alice began to cry again, for she felt very lonely and low-spirited. In a little while, however, she again heard a little clattering of footsteps in the distance, growing ever nearer. She looked up eagerly. It was the White Rabbit, trotting slowly back again and looking anxiously about as it went, as if it had lost something.
The Duchess! The Duchess! Oh, my dear paws! Oh, my fur and whiskers! She'll get me executed as sure as ferrets are Oh, Marianne, what are you doing there? Quickly, run home this moment and fetch me a pair of gloves and a fan.
I think he's mistaken me for his housemaid. How surprised he'll be when he finds out who I really am. White Rabbit, sir, I am not your housemaid, and I will not be fetching your gloves. I'm Alice, and I'm a girl. We met earlier.
Alice? I don't know any Alices.
You know one now. Alice is me. I'm Alice.
Oh dear, I must hurry home and fetch my gloves and a fan. I'll be out of uniform, and the Duchess hates when I'm out of uniform.
I'd be happy to help you, White Rabbit.
Quickly now.
Frantically, Alice and the White Rabbit raced back to her house with a large bright brass plate on it. The plate had letters etched into it. W. Rabbit. As the girl ran, she noticed something on the top of the mushroom.
A blue caterpillar.
Alice stopped to look at the blue caterpillar as the White Rabbit continued racing toward his house. How strange it is to find a caterpillar so blue in a place such as this. Surely a tree is home to a caterpillar, but with rabbits and birds around, it hardly seems safe.
Excuse me, but do you know the way to the garden? I'm supposed to be going there, apparently.
I know a way to the garden, but who are you?
I hardly know, sir, at least right now. At least, I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have changed several times since then.
Whatever do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir. But because I'm not myself, you see. Being so many different sizes in a day is very confusing. I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why?
You seem to be in a downright unpleasant state of mind.
Come back. I've something important to say. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So, you think you're changed, do you?
I'm afraid I am, sir. I can't remember things as I used to, and I don't keep the same size for 10 minutes together.
Well, what size do you want to be?
Oh, I don't care about size, but I don't like changing so often, you know. I should like to be a little larger, sir, if you wouldn't mind. 3 inches is such a wretched height to be.
It is a very good height indeed.
The blue caterpillar was exactly 3 inches.
One side will make you grow taller, and the other side will make you grow shorter.
One side of what? The other side of what?
The caterpillar climbed down off the side of the mushroom, crawling away into the grass.
Of the mushroom?
But which side is what?
I don't know.
How does this help me get to the garden?
Oh, you're going to the garden?
Yes, I'm supposed to find everything. Do you know how I can get to the garden?
I suppose you could eat the mushroom. Then you'll be tall enough to see where the garden is.
Nervously, Alice nibbled a bit of the mushroom, trying to make out which sides were which, until, at last, she stretched her arms round as far as they would go and broke off a bit of the edge of each hand.
Maybe this side is the side I should nibble on?
Alice began to shrink. Her foot pressed against her chin so bad there was hardly room to open her mouth. She had just enough room to take a bit of the other side of the mushroom, and soon she grew and grew and grew.
I'm bigger, where's my body? Oh, good heavens, I'm so tall I can't even see my own shoulders. I'm so big. Oh, my poor hands, where did they go?
Alice bent her neck toward the floor, and as she moved, a pigeon flew into her face and began attacking.
Whoa, it's a serpent!
I'm not a serpent, leave me alone.
I've tried making home in the roots of trees, and I've tried banks, and I've tried hedges, but those serpents, they've always found me, as if it wasn't enough trouble hatching the eggs. Now I must be on the lookout for serpents night and day. Just as I've taken the highest tree in the wood, and just as I was thinking I should be free of them at last, your head comes wriggling down from the sky, serpent!
But I'm not a serpent, I tell you. I'm a little girl.
She added, rather doubtfully.
You're looking for eggs. I know that well enough. And what does it matter to me whether you're a little girl or a serpent?
It matters a good deal to me. I'm not looking for eggs as it happens. If I was, I shouldn't want yours. I don't like them raw.
Well, be off then.
Stop attacking me!
Alice crouched down among the trees as best as she could, for her neck kept getting entangled among the branches, and every now and then she had to stop and untwist it. After a while, she remembered she still held pieces of the mushroom in her hands, and set to work very carefully nibbling first at one, and then at the other, growing sometimes taller and sometimes smaller, until she had succeeded in bringing herself down to her usual height.
It's been so long since I've been anywhere near the right size. It feels almost strange, but I should think it'll feel normal soon enough.
Well, did you see it?
I'm afraid not.
Are you now? You don't look like rope to me.
Oh, forget it.
Oh dear!
Oh, wait, Rabbit, did you get your glass?
Yes, Marianne, I did. But now I've really got to be going.
Everyone's always in such a rush. Just chill out, man.
I told you, I'm Alice. What's your name?
Late.
A strange name, but I suppose it suits you.
I'll never make it to the garden in time.
You're going to the garden again? Can you take me there? I'd like to see it.
No, I've got to get to the Duchess.
And less than a hop and a skip later, White Rabbit was off and into the forest, gone before Alice had a moment to recognize where he went.
Dear me, that rabbit is always such in a hurry. But if he'll eventually come across the garden, I suppose I should follow him.
Alice chased after the White Rabbit, dodging trees and pitfalls as she went. Eventually, Alice came across a strange house built into the base of a tree. The White Rabbit stood outside speaking to someone sitting at the front of the door.
Judging by his face, and only that, I think he might be a frog.
White Rabbit rapped at the door. No one came to answer it, though the frog footman sitting at the front of the door looked up.
Yes?
The White Rabbit began by producing a letter from under his arm. It was great and big. Alice watched the short conversation unfold from behind a tree. She was quite uncomfortable and knew she wouldn't be able to watch for long. The White Rabbit handed the note over to the frog footman, saying in a solemn tone,
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen to play croquet.
From the Queen. An invitation from the Duchess to play croquet.
Alice rearranged herself against the tree and became more comfortable. But in the time it took for her to do so, the White Rabbit was gone. The frog footman sat on the ground near the door, staring stupidly up into the sky. Alice, timid, approached the door and knocked.
There's no use in knocking, and that's for 2 reasons. Firstly, because I'm on the same side of the door as you are. Secondly, because they're making such a noise inside, no one could possibly hear you.
Then how am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That's the first question, you know.
If I were to push on this handle, would the door open?
If the door opens, would you be able to go inside?
I should think so if the door opens.
These are the greatest questions one can ask.
Alice placed her hand on the knob and twisted. The door opened. She entered into a large kitchen, which was full of smoke from one end to the other. Inside was the Duchess sitting on a 3-legged stool in the middle of the room with a baby. Frantically running about was a cook, who was leaning over a fire, stirring a large cauldron which seemed to be full of soup. Everyone in the kitchen was sneezing, save for one large cat perched over near the warm fire. It was grinning from ear to ear.
There's certainly too much pepper in that soup. I can smell it from...
It's almost finished cooking, Duchess,
said the cook, adding more pepper to the bowl.
I think that's plenty enough pepper. Oh, please mind what you're doing. That poor baby will sneeze itself to death.
I'm sure the baby will be fine. What are you doing here, Alice?
How do you know my name?
Do you know your name?
Yes, I'm Alice.
Alice. Can I offer some motherly advice?
I suppose so.
You're in too much of a hurry. Take a moment to stop and smell the pepper.
I'm looking for the garden. Do you know where that is?
I do, but you don't want to go there. Everything is there.
What do you mean? What is everything?
Duchess, I've received urgent news. You've been invited by the Queen to play croquet.
But you've been sitting on the porch for the past few minutes. Surely if it was urgent, you could have brought the news earlier.
Here, take the baby. I must go and get ready to play croquet with the Queen.
A child? I'm only a child myself.
Then you know how to care for one. I must be off.
If I don't take this child away with me, then it's sure to sneeze itself to death in only an hour or two. Wouldn't it be murder to leave it behind? Now, what am I supposed to do with this creature when I get home? Shh. Why, this isn't a child at all. This is a piglet, a small baby pig, which she was holding.
Alice set the pig baby on the ground. Relieved, it trotted out of the house and away into the forest.
I must have dreamed it. There was never a child, only a pig which screamed like a baby.
Alice looked about the room yet again. With the Duchess gone, the only things left were the cook, of whom was still frantically adding pepper to his cauldron, the frog footman, of whom had found a comfortable spot against the door to sit, and a grinning smile on the Cheshire-Cat, the very same one she met earlier.
Mr. Cheshire-Cat, I've been trying to get to the garden to find everything, but I don't know how and no one will help me. Would you please tell me which way I ought to go from here?
In that direction.
Said the puss as it waved a paw around aimlessly.
Somewhere out that way lives a hatter, and in that direction lives a March hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
But I don't wish to be among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. Will you play croquet with the Queen today?
Well, I think I'd like to, but I haven't been invited yet.
You'll see me there.
Is the Queen playing croquet in the garden?
Indeed.
Can you take me there?
You'll get there soon enough.
The Cheshire-Cat simply vanished into thin air. I suppose I should be going too. Though I suppose I don't want to spend time with a Mad Hare or a March Hatter.
You're going to the party?
What party?
The tea party, of course. Wouldn't you know it's going on?
Wouldn't I know? Why would I know?
The March Hare and the Mad Hatter never pepper their tea enough. Here, take this.
I don't think I'll be needing this for tea.
It's not for the tea, it's for you.
But you said they needed to pepper the tea.
Of course, they never pepper the tea, but this pepper is for you.
Why would I need pepper?
For the tea party.
The tea party with the Mad Hare and the March Hatter?
I don't know any Mad Hare or March Hatter.
Alice set the pepper on the ground. The bowl rattled a moment, sounding almost like that, but not.
woken me up.
Surely we weren't being that loud.
I thought I heard a knock.
That must have been the pepper I placed on the floor.
You should take it with you wherever you go.
Where do you go?
Apparently, I'm going to a tea party with a mad hare and a March hatter, and then to the garden.
I'm afraid I don't know a mad hare or a March hatter.
Ugh.
There was a table set out under a tree in front of the house. The March Hare and the Mad Hatter were having tea. A mouse was sitting between them, fast asleep. The table was quite a large one. The three were all crowded together at one corner of it.
No room! No room!
There's plenty of room. You're all gathered in the corner.
Still, there's no room. Look how much space we take up.
But you hardly take up any space. I'm going to sit.
No, there's no room.
Fine, I won't sit down then. Won't you invite me to tea?
Invite you? Won't you invite me? And me?
It's your tea party. I'd assume you'd invite me to tea.
Won't you join us?
Delighted.
There's no room. Take this cup.
What flavour tea is it?
Tea.
This is a tea party, is it not? What tea is this?
This is tea. Tea.
This is tea flavoured tea?
Aye, it's a big old cup of tea.
What's there not to understand about teas? Everyone loves them.
It tastes of pepper.
That's because it is.
Why would someone have tea flavoured tea and fill it with pepper?
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Ooh, a riddle.
I'm glad they've begun asking riddles. Believe I can guess that.
Do you mean that you think you can find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least, I mean what I said. That's the same thing, you know.
You might just as well say.
Said the mouse, whom seemed to be talking in his sleep. He was rather tired from the caucus race.
That I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing with you.
Of course. Just when I was going to remark.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
Well, no, I give up. What's the answer?
Well, I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
I think you might do something better with the time than wasting and asking riddles that have no answers.
Take some more tea.
I've had nothing yet, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
I'm frustrated.
I'm mad.
Much!
It was at this point Alice got up and walked off. Nothing good, nor bad, nor anything would come of this. The mouse fell back asleep nearly instantly, and neither the March Hare nor the Mad Hatter took the least notice of her going, even after she looked back once or twice. The last time she saw them, they were trying to put the mouse into the teapot.
At any rate, I'll never go there again. It's the stupidest tea party I've ever been to in my whole life.
She continued through the forest aimlessly. Where she was going, she did not know. But certainly she would come across another perplexing creature of some sort. But she was wrong. Instead, somehow, passing between what looked like a doorway in the trees, she found herself inside the long hall yet again. The glass table lay before her. Taking the golden key, she unlocked the door that led into the garden. Nibbling at the mushroom, she set to work shrinking until she was about a foot high. Then she walked down the little passage. And then she found herself, at last, in the beautiful garden among the bright flower beds and cool fountains.
That's the beautifulest rose tree I've ever seen.
Said Alice as she came to the entrance of the garden.
Though I'm not sure beautifulest is a word. Maybe there was something in the tea. Besides the pepper, of course.
The roses on the tree were white. There were 2 gardeners at it, painting them red. Suddenly, their eyes chanced to fall upon Alice as she stood watching them.
Would you tell me, please, why are you painting those roses?
Well, the fact is, you see, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree, and we put a white one in by mistake. And if the Queen was to find out, we should all have our heads cut off, you know. So you see, miss, we're doing our best of all that she comes to...
The Queen! The Queen! The Queen is coming!
Alice whipped round, eager to see the Queen. First came 10 soldiers carrying clubs, then 10 courtiers, of whom were ornamented all over with diamonds. After these came the royal children. There were 10 of them, all ornamented with hearts. Next came the guests, mostly kings and queens, and among them Alice recognized the White Rabbit. Then followed the Knave of Hearts, carrying the king's crown on a crimson velvet cushion. And last of all this grand procession came the King and the Queen of Hearts. When the procession came opposite to Alice, they all stopped and looked at her, and the Queen said,
Who is this? My name is Alice, so you please, Your Majesty. Why, they're only a pack of cards after all.
Can you play croquet?
Yes,
Come on then.
It's a very fine day.
very. Where's the Duchess?
Hush! Hush! She's under the sentence of execution.
Execution? What for?
She boxed the Queen's ears!
Get to your places!
This is the most curious croquet ground I've ever seen in my life. It's all ridges and furrows. The croquet balls are hedgehogs. Live hedgehogs. And the mallets are live flamingos. And the soldiers have to double themselves up. And stand on their hands and feet to make arches.
The game was afoot. All players played at once, without waiting for turns, quarreling all the while and fighting for the hedgehogs. And, in a very short time, the Queen was in a furious passion and went stamping about and shouting.
Off with Bippy's head!
Please, Your Majesty, not me!
Off with her head!
Your Majesty?
Off with his head!
They're dreadfully fond of the head of people here. It's a great wonder there's anyone left alive. There must be a way to escape.
Oh, there's no escape from Wonderland. How are you doing?
The Cheshire-Cat. I don't think they play fair at all. And they quarrel so dreadfully one can't hear oneself speak. And they don't seem to have any rules in particular.
How do you like the Queen?
Not at all.
Will you rejoin the game?
I don't think I'd like to, no.
Well, it would appear as though your hedgehog is engaged in a fight with another hedgehog. But where's your flamingo gone?
Well, there. It's on the other side of the garden, helplessly trying to fly up into a tree.
Best catch it then.
No, I'm done playing. Cheshire-Cat, earlier you told me everything was going to be here. Where is it? What is it that I'm looking for?
The Cheshire-Cat waved his paw lazily in the direction of a hedge filled with red painted roses. The hedge itself was over 500 feet tall, or so Alice could guess. She could see a flamingo doing its best to climb the top of the hedge, while the Queen herself was attempting to scare it to the ground.
It's up there?
In there.
How could I have missed that? It's a bright pink slide leading through the hedge.
Beats me. Oh, Alice, good luck.
The slide was quite fun. It twisted and turned in ways that slides normally should and can't. But as Alice neared the upside-down parts, she merely closed her eyes and held on tight. Then she was right side up again. At the end of an hour of sliding, Alice landed in the inside of a hedge room. Green walls surrounded her. On each of these walls, the head of some animal or person, noticeably that of a rabbit. She looked on in horror at each of the faces until she came across that of the Duchess.
Oh dear. Oh dear Duchess, she really did take your head off. Oh, I'm so terribly sorry this happened to you. This is just so horrible.
No need to be sorry, Alice. I'm perfectly fine. I was just hiding from the Queen. She's very unhappy about my boxing her ears. How are you liking the game?
Not at all. It's quite enjoyable.
Oh, much too bad. What are you doing here, Alice?
I'm supposed to be looking for everything. I don't quite know what that is and why I need it.
No, not everyone needs everything, but everyone needs something.
Then do you know what it is I'm supposed to be looking for here?
Just look around. I'm sure you'll see it.
Besides the slide, which she had entered from, and the heads on the walls, Alice saw various antique luxury chairs, ottomans, and sofas littered throughout the place with no rhyme or reason. The Duchess took a seat in the largest, reddest of the chairs and waited patiently, though for what, Alice did not know.
Where could everything be?
Where indeed? Surely it was not the one strange item which seemed out of place in the Queen's hedge room.
There, placed perfectly atop a lavish wooden stool. The one thing that seems out of place here, a tart, a freshly cooked tart.
Alice approached the tart and examined it. Still quite warm at the touch, and it smelled of elderberries. The pastry had been masterfully crafted what seemed like mere moments ago, but when it was plainly meant for someone, though just as plainly there was no one in sight.
How curious! No plates, no forks, no people. Yet here it is. I am so dreadfully hungry. I think I'll only take the smallest bite. Just enough to help me think about what everything is.
Which she did, sitting down upon a chair that appeared beneath her just in time.
Alice, you're thinking about something, my dear, and that makes you forget to talk.
I don't believe I care to learn what everything is anymore. I only want something sensible, like my home. And Dinah. This whole adventure has led me nowhere at all. God had promised everything, and I've got nothing but confusion.
'Tis the truth. And the moral of that is, oh, 'tis love. 'Tis love that makes the world go round.
Who never could be yelling so loud?
Asked Alice as she swallowed the last bites of the tart. The Queen had successfully climbed up the entirety of the hedge to recapture her flamingo, but only succeeded in falling all the way back down again.
Your Majesty, are you hurt?
Hurt? One is never unhurt after a fall like that.
I suppose not.
What are you doing in my private room?
Your Highness, you've landed on the Duchess.
Your Majesty, how fares your croquet game?
I'll give you a warning now, Duchess. Either you or your head must be off.
I see you're still upset about my boxing your ears. Perhaps an apology would make up for it. I am so dreadful. Okay, well, I shall be off.
And with remarkable speed, someone just sat upon, the Duchess scrambled up the hedge and vanished.
Let's go on with the game.
Your Majesty, what is this room for? It looks like a collection of things that have lost their places.
This room is for everything.
Everything? But it only has heads on the walls and chairs on the floor. I scarce think everything is in here.
Just because a room is for everything, it doesn't mean it has everything.
That's it. That's all I can take. I chase riddles and answers and gardens and nonsense just to learn that everything is nothing at all.
How dare you speak to your queen like that?
I've had enough of all this. I just want to go home. I don't want to see another white rabbit hopping along. If I smell the smell of pepper again, I'll go mad. And if someone else speaks in riddles,
Why, Tart! My tart is missing! You must have eaten it!
Me? Why would you assume it's me who has eaten the tart?
Despite having eaten the tart, Alice felt no need to confess. She knew it was wrong to lie to an adult. She was dreadfully frightened at the thought of losing her head over so trivial an action.
It was either you or the Duchess, and I'm certain it was her. To trial, and then off with your heads, the both of you!
Aren't I innocent until proven guilty?
Guards! Guards!
Packs of guards burst through the hedge walls and into the everything room. They grabbed Alice and dragged her through the greenery, through the garden, and placed her within the witness box of a courtroom. Both the King and the Queen of Hearts were seated upon their thrones when they arrived. A great crowd had assembled about them, with all sorts of birds and beasts, as well as the whole pack of cards. Near the king was the white rabbit, with a trumpet in one hand and a scroll of parchment in the other. In the middle of the court was a table with a large dish of tarts on it, very similar to the singular tart Alice had eaten in the everything room.
Silence in the court! I shall now read the accusation. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer day. The Duchess of Hearts, she stole those tarts and took them quite away. We now summon the first witness.
When did you begin?
14th of March, I think it was like.
Give your evidence, and don't be nervous, or I'll have you executed on the spot.
Oh, I'm a poor man, Your Majesty.
You're a very poor speaker.
Oh, I've never made much money from speaking.
You've never made much of anything, Hatter.
Oh, I've made tea.
What do you know of the tarts?
You made them, Your Majesty.
Correct. Well, that's all the evidence we need. You may see yourself out.
Hardly.
It was at this moment, as the Mad Hatter was dismissed and leaving the courtroom, that something unsavory began to settle into Alice's stomach. She was beginning to grow larger again.
The next witness will now take the stand.
The next evidence was the Duchess's cook. He carried the pepper box in his hand, and the people near the door began sneezing all at once.
Give your evidence.
Shan't! Your Majesty must cross-examine this witness.
Well, if I must, I must. What are tarts made of?
Mostly pepper.
Never mind.
Alice had hardly noticed she'd grown half a mile high.
Next witness, take the stand. Alice.
Me?
Alice jumped up in such a hurry that she tipped over the jury box, knocking all the jurymen out of the heads of the crowd.
Oh, I beg your pardon, I'm sorry.
The trial cannot proceed until all the jurymen are back in their proper places. All.
I'm sorry, I'll help them up.
Carefully, Alice's giant hand picked up each card from the ground and placed them in the box. The Queen looked up at the gigantic girl.
And what do you know of this business?
There was a tart in the everything room.
Yes, there was, but there isn't now. The Duchess ate it.
I did not.
That tart was mine by birthright. I made a baker's dozen of tarts, which means the extra tart was mine to eat.
Well, I suppose the moral of that is, if at first you bake and bake, don't forget to make a cake.
Yes, my lady.
No!
No!
There must be more evidence.
Alice wasn't certain what she would do to trick the court, but surely an innocent couldn't go in her stead.
According to the book, Rule 42, all persons more than a mile high to leave the court.
I'm not a mile high.
Nearly 2 miles high.
Well, I shouldn't go at any rate.
Very well
pleased, Your Majesty, this paper has just been picked up. It seems to be a letter written by the prisoner to somebody. Actually, it isn't a letter after all, it's a set of verses.
Please, Your Majesty, I didn't write it and they can't prove that I did. There's no name signed at the end.
You must have meant some mischief, or else you'd have signed your name like an honest person. White Rabbit, read it.
If at first you don't succeed, look through the third window that you find on a stormy day. If the storm isn't strong, then examine the nearest telescope to see the star. When the stars are in full bloom, they'll shine similar to the lights of a city around 1:37 a.m. Of course, it's assumed it is 1:37 on a Tuesday, and not 1:37 a.m. on a Saturday, as that completely and utterly changes everything.
It's the most important piece of evidence we've heard yet.
I don't believe there's an animal meaning in it.
Well, if there's no meaning to it, that saves a world of trouble, you know, as we needn't try to find any. Let the jury consider the verdict. No, let's do the sentence first and the verdict after. Over the Duchess's head!
Stuff and nonsense. The idea of having the sentence first.
Hold your tongue!
I ate the tart, not the Duchess. Who cares for you? You're nothing but a pack of cards.
Alice was now more than 4 miles tall. Yet despite her advantage in height, the pack of cards rose up in the air and came flying down upon her. She gave a little scream, half of fright and half of anger, and tried to hit them away. And a moment later, she found herself lying on the bank, with her head in the lap of her sister, who was gently brushing away some yellow leaves that had fluttered down from the trees and upon her face.
Wake up, Alice dear. Edith? What a long sleep you've had. Oh, I've had such a curious dream. There was a white rabbit that I followed down a hole, and then I fell, and fell, and fell, and fell, and then I shrank, and then I got bigger, and then I cried a lot, and then I was in an ocean, and then I...
A white rabbit hopped in a hurry across the lawn.
Sounds like quite the dream, Alice. Come, it's almost time for supper.
Have you seen Dinah?
She is certainly around, probably napping out in the sun, much like you.
There's no one who wants to chop off my head, right?
Perhaps our mother if we're late for dinner.
Oh, I am so dreadfully hungry.
Come on, Alice, let's go. Father wanted to play cards after dinner, and if we don't go now, we'll have to go to bed without supper.
So, Alice and Edith rose from the bank and hurried through the field back to their home. The two were shocked to find that not only had a supper not been made, but that no one was making it. They took to searching about the house and the grounds. Before too long, Alice found her dear mother tending to her garden.
Mother, it's past time for supper and... Oh my, are you okay?
Oh yes, Alice dear.
Why are you crying?
Well, I realized I was working in the garden today that I have everything.
Everything. In the garden. Could it truly be? Alice perked up.
What do you mean?
I have a lovely home, beautiful grounds, and 2 wonderful, curious and curiouser girls. To me, that's everything.
Supper was prepared. After a lively game of cards, the family took to bed, all except Alice, who found Dinah roaming the hallways.
Dinah, I had the weirdest dream today, and I was quite worried I'd never get to see you again. How happy I am to see you.
Dinah heard as Alice pet her, her head turned like that of an owl. As the two made eye contact, Alice thought she noticed a wide grin from ear to ear.